我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家。
Hi, good morning, everyone. Wow, welcome to our Secrets Revealed series again. Yes, it's Friday morning at 11 o'clock, right? Yeah, we are gonna start at 11 o'clock. Yeah, but you are early. Yes, you are early today. And welcome to our Secrets Revealed series. That's techniques to solve tax audit issues. Yes, today I'll be sharing with you again another technique to solve another tax audit issue. Yeah, all right, so but since you guys are so early, we're gonna start at 11 o'clock sharp. Yeah, we are going to start at 11 o'clock sharp as usual, but since you are so early today, yeah, we have a few more minutes before we really start. Help me do one thing. Yes, that is to share this Facebook live out. Share this out with your friends, your family, your business partner, business associates, etc. Yeah, because this session would really help you to think, to learn how to solve tax audit issues if you face a tax audit. All right, and today it's episode 19. Wow, you know, time flies. You know, there has been so many episodes that I've done this, and today is episode 19 already. And today we're gonna talk about legal fees. Yeah, we're gonna talk about legal fees. Yes. So if you want to learn more about this, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, don't go anywhere. And please help me share this Facebook Live out. Very easy. if you are using a phone to view this Facebook Live, look at the bottom of the screen. Look at the bottom of your screen. You will find that share button. Tap that share button, yeah, and you will share this Facebook Live. If you are viewing it from a computer, you will also find that share button, isn't it? Click that share button so that you will share this Facebook Live out as well, yeah. Now, if you can think of anyone that you say, I want him or her to come in right now and learn this together with me, tag his or her name in the comment box right now. Just tag the name in the comment box so that he or she would know that you are actually inviting him into this Facebook Live. Do it right now because we have just a few more minutes and we're going to start at 11 o'clock sharp. All right. So just a few more minutes and I'll see you for our Facebook Live, and we are going to teach you how to solve another tax audit issue. All right. So I'll see you at 11 o'clock later. Just a few more minutes. Yeah.
我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达，是 No.1， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达。强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的往前冲吧。
All right. It's 11 o'clock already. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Yes, it's 11 o'clock on the Friday. And as usual, we will start our Secrets Review series that is on techniques to solve tax audit issues. And as usual, I will be sharing with all of you again another technique, another tax audit issue, another case that actually happened to one of our clients, and how did we actually help our client to solve the tax audit issue, to argue over such case, and how did we manage to actually help our client. So welcome again, all of you, and I can see people are actually, the number of viewers are increasing. A lot of you are actually coming in right now. Yeah, those who have just joined us, yeah, welcome. Yeah, my name is Zen Chow, in case you do not know who I am. Yeah, and yes, as usual, I'll be discussing about techniques to solve tax audit issue, and today is episode 19. Yes, it's episode 19 already. Time flies, And I know some of you probably would have just joined us for the first time or joined us for just a few times, where you would say, wow, so many episodes already, and it's already episode 19. What about the previous 18 episodes? How do I go and, see them? Can I still go back and watch them? Yes, you can. Just go to my Facebook page here. Just go to my Tax Guru Zen Chow Facebook page. Go to the video section. You will be able to find all the previous 18 episodes. They are all there, all right, for you to view, all right? But of course, I would encourage you to attend to our live session, because during live session, you will be able to ask questions, yeah, and I'll be answering to your questions live, yeah, because the whole idea of Facebook Live is we want things to be very interactive. Yeah, we want things to be very interactive so that you can always put your questions into the comment box, and I will look at the comment box from time to time, and I'll be answering to your questions. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I see some people saying good morning to me already. Like Go Ikim. Hi. Good morning to you. Desmond has tagged his friend. Thank you, Desmond Teo, for tagging your friend. And Richard. Morning, Richard. Yok B also says morning. Good morning. Yeah. So like I said, I always like my Facebook session, Facebook live session, to be very interactive. I do not want it to be a one-sided thing. So now let's do it, more interactive way by, asking me more questions. Like Janice is saying good morning to me again. Yeah, so Janice, morning to you. Okay, now let me just gauge again, yeah, how many of you here actually attend for the very first time? Now I want to really always ask this, yeah, how many of you actually attend for the very first time? If you're a first timer, can you indicate by just putting number one into the comment box to tell me that you are a first timer? So it's easy. No, I just want to know, out of this now more and more viewers are coming in. It's increasing to close to 100 viewers right now. Yeah, how many of you are actually a first timers? If you are a first timer, can you just put number one into the comment box? Let me know that you are a first timer. Yeah, so that I know this is your first time. Okay, well, I see Sherry also saying good morning to me. Hi, morning, Sherry. Well, Chin Lai Tan is a first timer. Janice is also a first timer. Sherry also a first timer. So Fun Tam, okay, also a first timer. Looks like we have quite a number of first timers today. Yeah. So well, let me put it up. Yeah, let me put up the slides. Yeah. So as usual, now if you're a first timer, you probably do not really know who I am, because it's probably the first time that you're attending me. Wow, Janice said in college have attended. Wow, so Janice have attended my talk in college. Wow, what college was that? Was it KDU? I remember the last round that I've been to a talk, giving a talk in a college would be KDU. I don't know whether it's KDU or not. Yeah, Janice. Yeah, maybe you can tell me which college was that. All right, Chow MF, also first timer. Ho Pei Yin, Tan Abi. Wow, a lot of first timer. Yes, Janice, you're so I was right. KDU. Okay, so thank you so much for joining my live. Yeah, all right. No. Those who are joining me for the very first time, you probably do not know who I am. Yeah, let me just introduce myself. My name is Zen Chow. Yeah, of course, people call me the tax guru of YYC, but that's just what people call me. Yeah, the fact is that I'm actually the tax director as well as the head of tax department in YYC Group. Now, then you probably would ask me, who is YYC then? Yeah, for first timers. Now, let me just take this opportunity to quickly introduce to you who YYC is here. Now, YYC, of course, right, is an accounting and advisory firm established since 1974. And our brand promise is to empower entrepreneurial success. Yeah, right. That's our brand promise over here. Now, of course, we have our vision and mission as well. Well, what's our mission over here? Now, our vision is to be the number one world-class accounting and advisory firm in Asia. And our mission is more important. Yeah, our mission is to inspire everyone, including you who are watching this Facebook Live right now. Yeah, we want to inspire you to overcome your odds, unleash your potential. More importantly, find fulfillment in life. Now, you see, the mission is really, really important. Yeah. Now, but to do all this, yeah, to deliver our brand promise, that is to empower entrepreneurial success, now we have to always uphold three very important promises. Now, what promises do we want to uphold? Yeah, three things. First, share expertise. Now, we want to share our expertise. You may probably ask, hey, why do you want to do this kind of Facebook Live, for free, just teach people your secrets? Because that's our brand promise. Yeah, that's one of our brand promises. We want to share our expertise to everyone. Yeah, and not just that, we want to show our proactive care, especially to our clients. Not normal care, yeah, but proactive care, because we want all our clients to have the most positive experience ever. So these are our brand promises over here. Now, if you still think YYC is probably just like any other accounting firms out there, no, you are wrong. Why? Because a normal accounting firm would probably only have compliance services like audit service, tax service, or even accounting service, right? But in YYC, we have much more than that. Now, apart from compliance service, we also have our own advisory arm. And our advisory services, right, ranges, right, from like share structure to strategic planning, restructuring, or even, the current very hot topic about cloud, right? Cloud and digital transformation. Yes, we do that as well. Yeah, so we have a lot of advisory services over here. Now, we also have our very own business school. That means we hold a lot of talk, a lot of workshop, from time to time. And we also serve international firms through our global business services, like outsource accounting, outsource bookkeeping, outsource payroll, etc. Yeah. Now, if you see any of these services that you really want to know more, you want to understand better, feel free to just drop us a message. Yeah, just drop us a message, direct message, just PM us, and our professional team can get in touch with you to let you know more. Yeah, about our services. Yeah. Now, like I said, YYC was established since 1974, which means we are turning 47 years old this year. And we call ourselves an international firm. Yeah. Why? Because we don't just have presence in Malaysia, we also have presence in Singapore. Yeah. And we have more than 800 employees, more than 20,000 clients. We have trained more than 130,000 participants because we have done more than 5,000 workshops. Yeah. Now, these are all the awards given to YYC throughout all these years. Yeah. That we have, awards that we have obtained. Yeah. Okay. And like I said, YYC is an international firm right now. We don't just have presence in Malaysia. We have presence in Singapore as well. But of course, in Malaysia, our headquarters, right, is of course in Klang Valley, in Kuala Lumpur. We also have branches, yeah, in other states, like of course in Selangor, yeah, in Johor, in Penang as well. Yeah, so we have branches like almost all around Malaysia. Yeah. Now, every time when I come to this part, yeah, as usual, I would like to gauge again out of this close to 100 people viewing my Facebook Live right now. I would always like to gauge, where are you from? I want to ask you now, where are you from? Just to be more interactive, you can probably put into the comment box right now, just to tell me which state or which town, which city, or which area. If you're telling me you're from Kuala Lumpur, you can be more specific, telling me which area of Kuala Lumpur that you are from, viewing our Facebook Live right now. You can say maybe you're from Kepong, you're from Setapak, you're from Cheras. No, that's okay. Just tell me more specifically if you want to, yeah, like which part of Kuala Lumpur are you from if you're from KL. But of course, you can tell me which town, which city, or which state you're from if you want to, yeah. Just let me know, yeah. Just want to gauge, like, out of this close to 100 people right now, where are you from, okay? So, of course, I see more people telling me good morning, like Eileen is saying good morning. Hi, Eileen. Ben Yip, yeah, from the other side. Ben Yip is also saying good morning. Hi, morning, Ben Yip. All right, okay, people responding to me, like Jenny is joining me for the very first time. Jenny is from Hatamas. Yeah, KL Hatamas. Sherry is from Mon Kiara. Oh, that's very close. Hatamas and Mon Kiara. I suppose they are close. Each other. Selena is from Klang. Chin Lai is from Setiawangsa. Right, that's Clay L. Yeah, Setiawangsa. Yin also from KL. Wow, so it looks like today, well, those that have responded to me are all from Klang Valley. Once I said from Klang Valley, I have Tan Abi saying that, Tan Abi is from Bukit Mertajam, BM Penang. Yes, Bukit Mertajam is someone from the up north. And Richard, as usual, from Cheras. Yes, I always have you, joining my Facebook Live session. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Yeah, all right, Richard is from Cheras, KL. And do we have anyone from the south? Because we have someone from the north already, right? We have someone from Penang. We have someone from the south, or maybe from the East Malaysia, East Coast. Do we? Now, if you are from those people, area, maybe you can just put into the comment box right now. Just let me see that our Facebook Live is really covering the whole Malaysia. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now, I understand today all of you here right now, right, waiting for this session to start is to learn how to solve tax audit issues, right? Now, as usual, I'll be revealing another secret, another tax audit, another technique, yeah, to solve tax audit issues to all of you. And today, like I mentioned earlier, it's episode 19. Yes, it's already episode 19. Right? I've already done 18 episodes previously, and this is the 19 episodes. Yeah. So let me remind you, if you are joining for the very first time, or if you have missed, any of our previous episodes, go to my Facebook page. That is Tax Guru Zen Chow. Go to the video section. You will find all the previous 18 episodes all there for you to view. But of course, I would encourage you to follow my Facebook page. Go to my Facebook page, follow it, so that every time when I do Facebook Live, yeah, on tax audit issues, you can join us live and you can ask questions live, and I'll be answering to your live questions as well. Yeah, all right. So what do we want to talk about for episode 19? Now, if you have seen the caption for today's Facebook Live, you would know we are going to talk about legal fees. Wow. All right. Now, I know some of you would say, if possible, I do not want to incur legal fees. Well, I know. Sometimes you will say, legal fees are only incurred when you face some lawsuit, when you have some litigation, when you need to deal with lawyers or deal with the courts, right? Now, I understand you do not like to incur legal fees, but in case if you really have to incur legal fees for your business, for your company, you would always have to ask, after incurring the legal fee, is this tax deductible? Because legal fees are not cheap, right? I think every time if you have to incur legal fee, we're not talking about like a couple of hundred, it's always like thousands, tens of thousands, right? So it's going to be expensive. So if you have to incur legal fees for your business or for your company, would that be deductible? So these will be always the questions asked by most people. All right. Now, we have to first go back to the general principles of deductibility. Now, those that have been following me, I always like to start off with this because we always have to go back to basic. But let's try to relate this to legal fees. Now, the fundamental of deductibility for any kind of expenses, it's always from subsection 33 sub 1. Yes, subsection 33 bracket 1 of the Income Tax Act 1967. This is the subsection that actually lays out what are the conditions for an expense to be deductible. So now, first thing, it must be incurred. Now the conditions are all laid in over there. So the first, it must be incurred. It must be incurred during that period. Now, if you have to incur legal fees, well, most probably you will say, I will satisfy this because legal fees must be incurred, right? It must be incurred. Now, when I say incurred, it means it must be something that is confirmed. Confirmed, that means you have obligation to pay. You have obligation to pay. Then only it is called incurred. If it's just an estimate, if it's just a provision, then no. I know some of you will probably sometimes do a provisional legal fee, but no, if that is the case, it's not deductible. But when it is incurred, when it is confirmed, you have obligation to pay your lawyer, then yes, it's incurred. It satisfies the first condition. Second condition is that it must be an outgoing and expenses. Well, obviously, if you have to incur legal fee, there will be outgoing, right? That means you have to pay, right? There will be an outflow of cash, isn't it? So no worries. I don't think there will be a problem for legal fees to satisfy these outgoing and expenses, right? So it should be. Okay. Now, this is important. Wholly and exclusively. What do I mean by wholly and exclusively over here? I always stress this. I say, for an expense to be deductible, it must be wholly and exclusively for business. If you incur certain legal fee, if it's for personal litigation, personal lawsuit, no, that's not for business. It's not wholly and exclusively for business. It must be wholly and exclusively incurred for your business. For your business. Then only it satisfies this wholly and exclusively. So always take note. Whenever you have any legal fee, is that actually for my business? Is that like totally related for my business? Like if it is, then you satisfy this condition. Then it must be revenue in nature. Now, this is very important because sometimes when you incur legal fees, it could be capital in nature. Now, how do I say capital in nature? For example, if you say I have to incur some lawyer fees, right, for me to purchase a property, I have to incur lawyer fee for me to obtain a license. Now, if your legal fees are relating to obtaining capital asset, if it's relating to buying a new asset, whether it's tangible or intangible, if it's relating to those things, it's not revenue in nature, it's capital in nature. And most of the time we see these kind of legal fees, right? A lot of time you have to pay your lawyer fees, right, for you to purchase a property, for you to change the title of certain property. These would always happen, but that is capital in nature and that is not deductible. For legal fees to be deductible, it must be revenue in nature. It must be relating to the operation of your business, right? Relating to your day-to-day operation, relating to the running or maintenance of the business. Then only it's called revenue in nature. So you got to satisfy this as well. And it must be in the production of gross income. Now, how can a legal fee be incurred in the production of gross income? You see, I always stress this. I say, whenever you incur any expense, always try to relate. If I pay this, if I incur this expense, am I going to generate more revenue? Am I going to make more sales out of this? If you say this legal fee it's going to, help me to make more sales, or facilitate more sales, more generating more income in future, then it satisfies this. But if the legal fee is not even incurred in the production of gross income, it will not give you more sales in future or more income in future, then that legal fee may not be deductible. So I always say legal fee is only deductible if it is relating to your trade transactions. Relating to your trade, then only it will be deductible. Now, so it seems like, legal fees is not easy to be deductible, right? But if you satisfy all this, then you may be able to get deduction. Now, just like I mentioned, right? I say legal fees, most of the time you will see yourself, incurring for capital, for capital purpose, right? For example, if you have to incur legal fees, to get something that have enduring benefit in nature, a fixed capital, a property, or certain initial expenses. This is called capital in nature, and under Section 39, Sub 1 of the Income Tax Act, it says not deductible, not deductible. Only if your expense is revenue in nature, under Section 33, Sub 1, it says it's relating to the performance of profit-earning operations, then only it will be deductible. So always remember that, revenue in nature, deductible, capital in nature, not deductible. All right. So what case do we want to look at today? Now, if we have, after we have legal fees, we have to satisfy Section 33. But there's one more thing that you really need to be aware of. Now, there's a public ruling. There's a public ruling issued by the Inland Revenue Board. And the public ruling is number 6, 2006. In 2006, there's a public ruling number 6 being issued, and it talks about the tax treatment of legal and professional expenses. Okay. Now, in that public ruling, they give a very general principle. Legal fees, or professional fees, because they are most of the time, it could be relating to capital. So it says generally, if you want a legal fee to be tax deductible, it must be incurred in the maintenance of trade rights or trade facilities, right? Now, it must be for the maintenance of a trade rights or trade facilities. If you say, right, existing or alleged to exist are not deductible. Now, okay, because if you say, I'm not trying to maintain, but I'm trying to get some new tax rights, that they are not deductible, because being capital nature, right, and where incurred for the purpose of acquiring new rights or facilities, this is not deductible, right? So if you maintain trade rights, you maintain existing rights, that is okay, but not deductible when it's capital in nature, where it is incurred for the purpose of acquiring new rights or facilities. See that? So if you say, I pay certain things to get new rights, new facilities, like someone is asking me this already, Sherry. I know Sherry, you're asking, what if the legal fee is related to business loan, like loan application? Like this question over here, Sherry Tam is asking already, if the legal fee is relating to business loan, like loan application, right? SME loan, for example, is this deductible? Well, from here, it shows very clearly, this is to acquire new rights. New facilities, right? Your loan is a facility, right? It's a financing facility. So you're trying to get a new facility. Sorry, it is not deductible. It is not deductible, So that is how legal fees deductibility is all about, okay? But of course, sometimes you may say, hey, I am trying to maintain my rights, but does it depend on whether my this action is successful or not? Whether, because if I have to take the case to the court, does it matter whether my case, whether I win the case or if I lose the case? No, whether your action is successful or not, that doesn't matter, as long as it is to maintain trade rights, So this is what you need to know. Okay, now our case for today. Now, our case for today, it's pretty interesting, I would say. Now, this happened to our client, As usual, what I'll share with you is that we have a client, the client got audited by the Inland Revenue Board, and of course, the Inland Revenue Board has raised, certain findings, and we went in, we helped the client, and we helped the client to solve the issue. Now, let's look at the background here. You see, our client is actually involved in the manufacturing of machines, accessories, and of course, doing some process consultancy as well. Okay? And our client incurred legal fees on 2 court cases. 2 court cases over here. One in 2015, another one in 2016. Now, so what are these court cases about? What are these court cases actually related to? And they, of course, incur certain legal fees. And this is actually in relation to the machines, the machines manufactured by our client. And these cases are related to patent and copyright. Yeah, because there are two cases over here. Yeah, first case is about patent of the machine. Second is about copyright. Yeah, what kind of copyright are we talking about? Now, so let's look at these two court cases of our client, and let's see whether you think the legal fees incurred for this kind of case, yeah, whether it is deductible or not. Yeah, look at the case number one. Case number one is about patent. Yeah, patent. Yeah. Now, our client, is actually manufacturer of machines, right? They're actually manufacturing of machines, and they're supplying machines, right? And one day they actually got sued. They got sued, yeah, by A Sendirian Berhad. Yeah, A Sendirian Berhad came in. They filed a patent infringement action, yeah, against our client. So this company says, hey, you have infringed, yeah, you've infringed the patent of the machine, yeah. So they filed a patent infringement action, and they said our client infringed their Malaysian patent, yeah, by manufacturing and supplying machine that has similar features as described in their patent. So our client is manufacturer of machine. Someone came and say, hey, I have got patent to this machine, you know, and you are now infringing my patent because you are manufacturing something that has similar features to my patent. Now, our client then denied. I said, no, we did not infringe. We did not, yeah. And they even counterclaim. You know what they counterclaim? Our client then said, we did not infringe because, right, this patent, right, the patent of yours, right, is lack of novelty. That means there is no new things. Your patent over here, right, it's not original, it's not genuine. You call this a patent that you have registered in Malaysia, but there was already a publication of a Japanese patent previously. There is already a Japanese patent previously that actually have all these features of my machines, and your patent is actually something that is just similar to that patent, nothing new, no novelty, no originality, no genuine stuff over there, and that patent should be revoked. I say, apart from denying the infringement, the client then counterclaim back and say, your patent should be revoked because there's lack of novelty, right? And this thing was brought to High Court. This case was brought to High Court, yeah. Therefore, there's legal fees, yeah. Now, the High Court then dismissed the violation case filed by A. So the High Court says, A, Sendirian Berhad, your claim of infringement is invalid. Yeah, they dismissed the whole violation case. And in addition, yeah, the High Court also quashed the Malaysian patent. They say your patent should be revoked. Your patent is not original because it's lack of novelty. There's no originality in it, and there's no innovation in it. Yeah, this is actually following the prior publication of the Japanese patent. So therefore, your patent is not valid. No, the High Court quashed the patent. Yeah, so this is the first case. Of course, then our client incurred a lot of legal fees, yeah, doing all this. Yeah. Second case is about copyright. Yeah, about copyright. Now, our client now filed a court case. Against B Sendirian Berhad, another company. Yeah, and this time our client is suing B for infringing their copyright on a machine, right? On a machine manual, not the machine, but the machine manual, owned by the client. Now, the client, because of they are a manufacturer of machine, right? They, after producing machine, they will need to have their own manual as well. You have to teach people how to use the machine, isn't it? So they found that, hey, B has copied the client's manual. They've used that manual, they've copied it, but delete the name and address of the client, replace it with B Sendirian Berhad's own name and address on the manual. So B is now infringing copyright of the manual of our client. So our client filed a court case against B, and of course, in the end, our client won the case. B then says, okay, we will stop all this. They promise they will not manufacture, supply, or offer any related machine in future. Yeah, because this manual is for a related machine, is for a certain kind of machine that A is actually producing, right? So they said they will not manufacture anymore. Yeah, so our client won the case, but of course, to sue B Sendirian Berhad, they have to incur a lot of legal fees as well, right? To sue them. So, two cases over here, two types of legal fees or court legal fees that have been incurred by our client. The big question here is, it's not about who win or lose, right? The big question here is that our client have incurred all these expenses. Are these expenses deductible or not? Now, first case is to defend, yeah, and say no, we are not infringing your patent, and I counterclaim back. I say your patent should be revoked. Okay. Second case is to sue someone and say you have infringed my copyright because the manual belongs to my copyright, and you can copy my manual, put your own name. No, that is violating the copyright. So two cases over here. Now, you know what? As usual, the client will say, these are all incurred for business purpose, right? This is in relation to business, therefore they claim deductions already. But when the Inland Revenue Board came, you know what happened? The Inland Revenue Board, the IRB says, hey, I know you have incurred legal fees, you have incurred the court legal fees, but go back to the basic. Now let's go back to the basic, yeah? For you to claim deduction for legal fees, it has to be maintenance of trade rights or trade facilities. It has to be directly related to some trade contract. Yeah. If you say you're defending, your trade contract, your trade agreement with your clients or suppliers, okay, that is deductible. But this is not really court case, with your trade related parties. These are not your clients, it's not your supplier. This is just defending your machine's patent, not even your trade. Yeah, it's only your machine's patent. And this one, it's just your manual. It's just your manual. It's not something that you sell. You don't sell the manual. So how can we actually claim deduction? Now, what Inland Revenue Board says is that, hey, the nature of your expenses, yeah, are not directly relating to trade rights. You see, you are not defending a right to say that, oh, if I don't defend this, then I can't sell. If you say, oh, I have to go for a court case, I need to sue this person because if I don't do this, I can't sell. Yeah, if I don't do this, then I won't be able to sell this machine because someone is actually stopping me from selling. I mean, it's not about your trade rights. So the IRB says, hey, this is not relating to trade rights. If it's not relating to trade rights, right, then how can you claim deduction? They say it's not fulfilling the public ruling. And because of that, IRB then say it's not incurred wholly and exclusively in the production of gross income. They claim that and disallowed the whole amount of the expenses incurred. And you know what? When the Inland Revenue Board came in, they found out that the client actually claimed deduction for the legal fees. They raised this issue and they say, you see all this case mahkamah, you see all the case mahkamah, yeah? 200 over 1,000 for 2015, 100 over 1,000 for 2016. The total amount of here is close to 400,000. Yeah, everything disallowed. Close to 400,000. 480 over 1,000. Everything disallowed. They said, yeah, you cannot actually prove that this is relating to your trade rights. Therefore, this legal fee, right, it will be all added back and disallowed. Wow. So what do you think? Now, do you think, hey, is this really not relating to trade? Now, of course, some of you may say, hey, this is relating to trade. What? It's the machine that I've manufactured and I will sell it. The manual also, it's part of the machine that I'll be selling with, right? So we went in, we look at the case, we analyze the whole process. We analyze, what are these machines used for? And if you don't defend your patent, if you don't defend your copyright, what would happen? And indeed, we found a relationship over here because you see, we tell the Inland Revenue Board, hey, the purpose of this legal action here is to defend the rights of the assets of the client. It is to defend the rights of the asset. Now, look at this. If the machine is your stock, is your inventory, you are going to sell your machine. If someone say that you are infringing a patent, what would happen? You may probably not be able to sell anymore, isn't it? All right. If you don't go and counterclaim and revoke, the Malaysian patent, yeah, that person would probably say, hey, this patent belongs to me. I'm stopping you from selling. I'm stopping you from manufacturing, and you can't sell anymore, right? So it is trade rights, right? It is trade rights. And about the manual, the machine manual, if you don't stop people from using the manual, right? If you don't stop people from using your copyrighted manual, hey, people would be actually producing, machines that's similar to yours, and then have that same manual, right, which is actually yours, and people would probably buy, machines from others and not from you because, people are doing the same thing. People are giving the same manual. that would definitely affect your sales, isn't it? Yeah. If you don't go and sue that person for this copyrighted item, you will lose in your sales, isn't it? And therefore, because of this, we analyze and say, hey, all these legal fees are wholly and exclusively incurred for business purpose, right? We even show the Inland Revenue Board the announcement from the High Court. Yeah, we show the Inland Revenue Board, hey, the High Court has mentioned why is there such a case, and the revocation of the patent of the Malaysian patent, right? We give them all the details of the court case and of course the invoice, yeah, from the lawyers as well. Yeah, we show all these to the Inland Revenue Board and tell them this is definitely right defending the trade rights, yeah, of the company. This is incurred in the production of gross income. It is for business purpose, and we show them this as well. This is the announcement, yeah. This is the announcement from the High Court that actually says that the Malaysian patent is lacking of novelty and is invalid. They quashed the Malaysian patent. It's revoked now. Yeah, and this really helped the client to increase their sales, and they are trying to defend their trade rights. See. So we do this analysis, we link it back to incurred in the production of gross income, and we present the case to the Inland Revenue Board. Of course, after a few rounds of arguments, after a few rounds of debate, we finally convince the Inland Revenue Board to say, okay, this legal fee indeed is in the production of gross income, and the client of ours managed to get deduction for this, and the issue is dropped, the tax audit issue, yeah, 400 over thousands, close to 400,000, right? I would say 380 over thousand, right? Which has been added back. It's now dropped. No need to add back the 380 over thousand. No penalty for that. No extra tax. Then the client, gets deduction for this legal fee. All right. So what is the rationale behind? Always remember the rationale here is that we always have to link your expenses back into incurred wholly and exclusively in the production of gross income. If you can satisfy this, then it should qualify for tax deduction under subsection 33, bracket 1 of the Income Tax Act. Yeah, even legal fees, legal expenses, they would be deductible when they are incurred in the maintenance of trade rights of the company. Yeah, so this is the rationale behind. Yeah, so of course, what is our advice to you? Always remember, if you incur any expense, please understand the nature. Understand the nature of each expense. Relate the expense to incurred in the production of gross income, right? Because if your expense is incurred in the production of gross income, then you will be able to justify that this is actually satisfying section 33 sub 1, and it will be tax deductible. And of course, how to justify? Please ensure that you have proper documentations to all these. Please ensure that all your documents are intact. Yeah, you can show that after incurring such expense, after doing such action, it's really helping me to generate more income or to produce more gross income. Yeah, so you have documentations to justify the purposes of all your expenses incurred. If you have all these, then it will not be a problem, it will not be an issue when you want to debate or argue with the Inland Revenue Board. All right. Now, I have one bonus session here for you. I have one bonus session here because just now I mentioned about a public ruling, right? I mentioned about the public ruling number 6, 2006, yeah, which is about tax treatment of legal and professional expenses, right? Now, I see a lot of questions coming in asking me about, hey, whether this legal fee is deductible or not, whether this professional fee is deductible or not, right? Now, all right, let me just give you a short bonus session, yeah? Now, you may always incur these kind of expenses, yeah, throughout your business journey. Yeah? You probably would say, hey, every time when I run a business, I would incur these kind of expenses. Is this expense deductible? Can all these expenses be deductible? Let's look at it, yeah. In this public ruling number 6, 2006, it does mention that if you incur these kind of legal and professional expenses, they are deductible. They are deductible, such as debt collection. Yeah, I see someone also ask me about debt collection, right? Debt collection, yes, it's deductible, but remember, it's only for trade debt. Yeah, debt collection fee, yes, deductible, but only for trade debt. Okay, renewal of loans, it can be deductible only. Now, it can be deductible only if you are doing the loan business. That means you are actually lending out money. Yeah, your business is to lend out money. Then when you renew loan, then yes, it's deductible. But if you are not in the business of lending out money, renewal of loans are not deductible because it's actually capital in nature. Please remember that our renewal loans is only applicable, is deductible only if you are in the business of lending money. Preparation of accounts, no problem. Like your accounting fees, yes, deductible. Defending title to a property, just like similar to our case just now, right? If you want to defend your property, you want to defend the title, yes, it will be deductible. Okay. Legal expenses incurred by landlord. Now, let's say if you're a landlord, you want to evict your tenant, and you have to incur certain legal expenses to evict your tenant, that will be deductible, because as a landlord, you will sometimes also incur legal expenses, And if you are defending an action connected with trade or breach of trading contracts, which is what I have always been saying, as long as it is directly connected to a trade, or if it's like relating to a breach of a trading contract, all your legal fees are actually deductible. Well, even legal fees incurred in disputes, over trading contracts. Sometimes I know if you have a trading contract, there will be disputes, and you have to hire a lawyer, to argue against that. Yes, all these legal fees are deductible. And if you're a developer, or dealer in a property, legal and professional expenses incurred by developer or a dealer, in property, when he talks about purchasing a property, all your legal fee for transferring of the title of a property. If you are a developer, right, then it will be actually deductible. But this is only given to developer or a dealer in property. If you are not a property developer, you're not a dealer in property, all the legal fees incurred when it comes to transfer of property and things like that, that is not deductible. All right. Of course, there are also other legal expenses that will be deductible. But if you really want to know all this, please download a copy of this public ruling number 6, 2006, which is about tax treatment of legal and professional expenses. This public ruling is actually available for download from the Inland Revenue Board's website. Just go to the Inland Revenue Board's website. You will be able to download a copy from there. All right. So last but not least, of course, as usual, I would have to tell you now, from the case that we have shared with you, you would have probably seen that, sometimes Inland Revenue Board, without really understanding the whole issue, they would throw in a tax findings and they would say, hey, this one, I suspect it is not incurred in the production of gross income. So I will add back and I would want you to pay me more tax, and you got to pay penalty as well. Don't be afraid, please. If you receive any tax audit letter, all right, that tells you, oh, this is not deductible, that is added back, you got to pay back such tax, you got to pay such penalty, don't be afraid, don't be panicked, because sometimes, some of the expenses are actually arguable, You can always send us a message. Drop us a message, right, on Facebook. You can either go to our YYC Advisors Facebook page, or go to my Tax Guru Zen Chow Facebook page. Drop us a message, send us a message, read the letter, show us your tax audit letter, what kind of findings are being raised to you, and we will help you. We can give you a complimentary online consultation, to see how we can argue over the case, how we can help you, how we can solve your tax audit issues, because this is what we want to do. What we want to do is to solve your tax audit issue. All right. So remember, when you receive any tax audit letter, sometimes you may be afraid, saying that, hey, the IRB now wants me to pay so much tax, so much penalty. Do I have to pay accordingly? Don't pay first. Come to us first. Let us see what are the issues and see if there is a way for us to solve your tax audit issue. All right. Always remember that. Once you receive a tax audit letter, come to us. We'll give you a complimentary online consultation, and we'll see how we can help you. Yes, drop us a message at either of our Facebook page. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go into the Q&A session. I see a lot of questions here already. Okay. Let me go to the first question, or maybe I'll just go back to the slide, in case you want to know what is our Facebook page. Okay. Now, Sherry Tam is having this question. Now, Sherry is asking, how about legal fees incurred due to labor law court between an ex-staff and company? Now, Sherry, if it is relating to labor law court, now if it's relating to your staff, we have to really know whether your legal fee incurred is that related to your usual dispute with the staff. If you say what the dispute is actually relating to work, it is a work-related dispute, then I would say that could be still argued as in the production of gross income. But if you say that dispute is not so much relating to work, right? It's probably relating to some other things. For example, I'm just giving an example. Let's say it's relating to sexual harassment. Yeah, sexual harassment. Now that is not relating to work, okay? Then that kind of legal fee, right? It's not deductible. That's not deductible. So you got to see what kind of case is this. Yeah, I can't just tell you like right now whether it is deductible or not. But Sherry, let's say if you have got this kind of issue, you want to really understand further whether it's deductible or not. Well, I would say, why don't, right, come to us, drop us a message, let our consultant, have an appointment with you and understand your case further. And who knows, we can help you and see how we can try to make it deductible if it is possible. Yeah. So you can probably drop us a message, let our tax consultant really look into this for you. Yeah. All right. Okay, next question is from Yok B. Now, Yok B is asking, hi Zan, legal fees and stamp duty for working capital purpose. Now, Yok B, I suppose you are trying to say you incur legal fees and stamp duty to get a loan, right? Because you said working capital, I suppose you are trying to say I've incurred legal fees and stamp duty to obtain a loan, right? Unfortunately, if you are using this to obtain a loan legal fee or loan stamp duty is always called capital expense, yeah, capital in nature. And therefore, under Section 39, right, Section 39 of the Income Tax Act, I mentioned earlier, it is not deductible, yeah, it is not deductible. So if you say the legal fee, stamp duty is for you to obtain a loan for working capital, that is most probably not deductible, yeah. All right. Okay. I have another question here from the other side. It's from Chong Wai Yun, right? Chong Wai Yun has this question here, right? I just have to look at this. It says, hi Zen, our situation is quite similar to this case, but the lawsuit is still ongoing. We are in the midst of negotiation for settlement with the plaintiff. Now, if successful, we will continue the court process, but have already incurred quite a lot of payment for legal fee and independent expert fee. Can we claim for all these expenses? How about if we continue the lawsuit but lose the case? Can we still claim the legal expenses? Okay, very good question, Chong Wai Yun. Now, this is what I will tell you. Just now, I did mention one very important thing. Whether you win or you lose the case, it's not the determinant. Whether you win or lose, right, it's not the determinant for you to see whether you can claim or you cannot claim deduction, for your legal fees, The important thing here is that whether your legal fees are actually incurred in connection with maintenance of trade rights, defending your trade rights, or defending your trade contracts, if it is relating to that, then yes, it will be deductible. Even if you lose the case, it will still be deductible, But this is what I would advise you to do, Chong Wai Yun. Since you say you are still in the midst of negotiation, right? Since you say this case is still ongoing, you still have to incur a lot of legal expenses, on this, Why don't Chong Wai Yun, you drop us a message. Maybe what I'll suggest here is that get our tax consultant to make an appointment with you, understand your case, and see how we can help you to get maximum tax deduction out of this. If we find out that, hey, this is really not deductible anymore, then you decide whether you still want to continue incur or not. I think that will be even better. That would be good, for us to let you know whether we can help you to see how to make it deductible. Of course, I'm not saying that I can make everything deductible, but at least let us see if it is deductible or not. I think you probably can drop us a message and let our consultant actually make an appointment with you and understand your case further. Wai Yun. Okay. All right. Next question. Next question here I have is on debt collection. I have already mentioned. Chuan Wai Eng. Legal fees to handle debt collection. Very simple rule. If it is trade debt, if you incur legal fees to collect trade debt, yes, deductible. If you incur legal fees to collect non-trade debt, no, it's not deductible, right? That's simple, right? It must be relating to trade debt, Okay, I have a question here from Xin Xuan. Xin Xuan is asking this question. Hi, morning, Zen. May I know when a shareholder found minority oppression against company and other director, one of the requirements is to wind up the company. Why this, my tax agent told me, is disallowed deduction, which already impact the business operation. Now, Xin Xuan, it's simple. You see, if it is shareholder dispute is not directly relating to trade. I know it impacts your business operation. I never say it is not impacting your business operation. Yes, it is going to impact your business operation. But all these kind of lawsuit, it's between shareholders. It's the personal dispute. It's between individuals and individuals. It's personal dispute. It's not the company's trade related kind of lawsuit. So it doesn't actually satisfy Section 33 that talks about the income in the production of gross income related to trade. It's not related to trade. It's actually really personal affairs already. Yeah. So that is why it is not deductible. Yeah, Xing Xuan. All right. Next one is from Chow Yuan. Hi, Chow Yuan. If the legal expenses incurred by a tenant due to the purpose of refund back the security deposit from the landlord, is it deductible? Now, so if you say, Chow Yuan, this is actually relating to a rental, right? Now, if you say the rental is actually a renting of the business premises, right? It's renting of the business premises. And what you want to do is to get the security back, right? Now, you see, if you say this is relating to your business, the rented premises is your business premises, and now you are going to sue the landlord, right? Because you want to get back the security deposit. If you can get back, you will get more income or less expense, right? Because if your security deposit is forfeited, your expense will be taken. It will become an expense to you, right? Because you have no more deposit. So now you are actually incurring it to get back your money, which is an income, which is back an income for you, right? So if you say this whole thing is relating to your business operation, the business premises is relating to your business operation, well, I would say it's probably deductible. But well, we have to look at the case further if you want us to look at it, right, on whether there are any other details, right, that makes it non-trade. But if you say this is like wholly relating to business, I would say, yeah, most probably it should be deductible. Okay, Chow Yuan. All right, next question here is from Xiao Wen. Xiao Wen is asking, if father passed away May 20, can claim parental claim? Wait, Xiao Wen, today, this is like totally out of today's topic. Yeah, this is about relief. Okay, this is totally out of. I thought, how come suddenly? Okay, sorry for your dad. Yeah, Xiao Wen, right? Your dad passed away. I don't know. Okay. Well, you asked whether you can still claim parental claim. Xiao Wen, this is what I would suggest you to look at. Go back to the conditions, right, to claim this parental relief. Go look at the explanatory notes, right, of Form B or Form BE. Yeah, it actually lays out all the conditions. But what I know is that if your father is a resident in Malaysia, right, in that year, right, then most probably, yes, you should still be able to claim this. Yeah, because if he's a resident in Malaysia during that year, then, well, I will not say you can't claim, yeah, even though he passed away in that year. All right, but look at other conditions and see whether you fulfill the conditions or not. Yeah. Okay, Uma Devi is asking this question: fee incurred during appeal to IRB for tax issues, right? Like and also fee incurred during appeal to customs, like GST issues. Yeah, you want to ask whether it's deductible or not, right? Now, Uma Devi, very unfortunately, tax issues, GST issues, or even SST issues, they are not trade issues. They are not trade related. Tax issues are not trade related. GST or SST issues are not trade related. So all these fees that you incur, unfortunately, they are not relating to trade. They are not deductible, right? So I'm sorry to say that, not deductible, yeah, when you appeal all this, yeah, because they are not trade related items. Okay. All right, Yok B says, thank you, you're welcome. And then I have Yip Chi Ying. Yip Chi Ying is asking, could you please advise whether stamp duty construction of clean room project deductible? Now, Yip Chi Ying, if you say you're constructing a clean room project, now I do not know what business you are in, Chi Ying. If you say this clean room project is actually your PE, is actually your property, plant, and equipment, yeah, then the stamp duty incurred for this clean room project is capital in nature, law. Of course, it's not deductible, law, right? Because it is part of your capital asset. Now, unless you say, I am, a property developer, or I'm actually doing this clean room project for my client, it's actually a project expense, yeah, it's not really for my own asset, then the stamp duty may be deductible. So it really depends on whether this is relating to revenue in nature or capital in nature. Yeah, that is what I can advise you. But of course, if you think you want us to look into this further, you want us to really give you a further advice, like I said, you can drop us a message, make an appointment with our consultant. Who knows, I can get my consultant to give you a better advice and look into your case further. All right, Chiang. Okay, next question I have also from Chow. Refer to my question earlier is related to staff dorm rental to claim back our security deposit. Is it not deductible? Chow, from this details that you have given me, I would think it is not deductible, because it's not relating to the work. It's not relating to the work. It's relating to the dorm rental. I would say it's probably not deductible. But now, Chow Yuan, if you think you want us to really look at it, because you didn't give me much details on this, I would say to really assess whether it's deductible or not, we need to look at the full details. If you think you want our advice, why don't you drop us a message, get our tax consultant to make an appointment with you and understand further. Now, but of course, from the prima facie of your case, what you're saying over here, I think it's probably not deductible, because it's not really relating to work. Okay. All right, Jenny Sin has a question. Wow, this is a long one. From enterprise, okay, change to Sendirian Berhad, no convert to enterprise. Is it need to cut off the account of enterprise transfer to Sendirian Berhad? How about the tax for partnership from Form B change to BE? Wow, Janice, this is like again totally out of our today's topic. Today's topic is about legal fees, right? Janice, I think I roughly get what you're trying to ask. You say you want to set up you want to use Sendirian Berhad to run your business already, right? So you want to stop using your enterprise, right? But it's not converting. Well, there's no really conversion anyway. You got to set up a Sendirian Berhad, and then you got to cut off, and then you got to continue, right? So you ask whether there's a need to cut off the account. Well, if you want to entirely stop your enterprise business and continue using Sendirian Berhad, of course you need to cut off, right? Unless you say you want to run two businesses concurrently at the same time. You want to continue your enterprise business and you want to continue your Sendirian Berhad business, and of course you don't have to cut off. So it really depends on whether you want to stop the business over there. If you want to, of course we cut off. And you ask how about the tax for partnership from Form B to BE? Now, what is the question? What do you mean by the tax for partnership from Form BE change to BE? Because if you have a partnership, you have to file Form B, right? If you have a partnership, you don't use Form BE, you use Form B. Now, Janice, I would advise you to do this, and I mean, if you really think this is like a little bit complicated, you want us to maybe help you, to do some tax filing, right? Always remember, yes, YYC does help client to do all sorts of tax filing, whether it is for Sendirian Berhad, whether it is for your partnership, or even for a sole proprietorship. We can help our client to do tax filing. Just drop us a message, let our professional team get in touch with you, and then we can actually help you to do your tax filing in case if you say it's a little bit complicated and you do not know how to do your tax filing. All right. Okay. So looks like today I have answered to all questions already. And wow, it's close to 1 hour as usual. We want to keep it short, not more than an hour. Last but not least, let me just remind all of you again. Every time when you receive a tax audit letter, don't be afraid. Please, every time when you receive a tax audit letter showing you all the tax findings, don't be afraid. Contact us, send us a message, drop us a message, right? You can drop us a message whether it's via YYC Advisors Facebook page or my own Facebook page, that's Tax Guru Zen Chow. We will be more than happy to give you an online consultation and see if we can help you to solve it. So remember, don't be panicked, don't be afraid. Just drop us a message with the tax audit letter if you receive any, and we are there to help you to solve the tax audit issue. All right. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you all of you for joining us in our Secrets Revealed series, Techniques to Solve Tax Audit Issues today, and hope that you can follow my Facebook page. As I always say, go to my Facebook page, like, share, most importantly, follow, so that you will know when is our next upcoming Facebook Live on Techniques to Solve Tax Audit Issue, right? I'll try to do it every Friday. At 11 a.m. But of course, sometimes, during some of the Fridays, we may not be able to do it because if I have urgent stuff to do, then I may not do it. Then it probably will be the next week. So always follow my page and you will get the first-hand information on all the tax updates. All right. Okay. Thank you so much again. Have a good Friday, everyone. Have a good Friday, right? It's Friday. Enjoy yourself and have a great weekend ahead. Hope to see you again next time in my other Facebook Live. All right. Thank you again. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye all. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
我相信我可以，有目标就往上跑。